Hello and welcome. Today I am preparing for something special, hosting my very first book club. Just me and a dear friend, starting small with stories to share and pages to turn together. And of course, an afternoon tea to celebrate friendship, to mark the start of a new tradition. I love Octobers. I don't know about you, but this month feels like my sweet spot of the year. It's when I have the most energy, when I want to do all the seasonal things, decorate the house, buy all the fall flowers and pumpkins, and just make everything cozy. But I do have to admit something. I am terrible with time management. It's almost funny at this point. My brain has no sense of time. That's actually one of the reasons I finally looked for help last year and learned about my ADHD. Honestly, I often feel incapable, like I am always behind. So here I am, decorating the house in the middle of October. Late again. But this time, I'm looking at it differently. Last year, I didn't even have the energy to do it. So, even if it's late, I'm glad I'm doing it anyway. I like to think of my home as a place that can change with the seasons, just as we change within ourselves. A few simple thoughts can make it feel so alive. A bouquet of autumn flowers, a candle flickering in the corner, warmer colors on the sofa. These details don't need to be extravagant. They are small things that remind me that coziness can be found in the tiniest gestures, and that creating a beautiful space is really about intention more than anything else. Not long ago, I thought hosting meant everything had to be flawless, but I've come to see it differently. It is really about the little things, like serving food you love, sharing time with someone who matters. Hosting is definitely not about perfection, it's about presence and connection. Most days, I feel especially grateful to step outside for a quiet walk in nature. Having a conservation area so close to home gives me a gentle place to pause, to take a real breath, and to let the calm of the river settle in as I watch it flow. A simple walk like this can be just what I need in the middle of the day. This year, I made a little promise to myself. I would host more afternoon teas. Not the kind you see in glossy magazines, perfectly staged and flawless. but the kind that feels warm, simple, and joyful. To be honest, for a long time I've let perfectionism hold me back. I felt like everything had to be just right. The food, the decorations, the setting. Deep down, I know there's no such thing as perfect. But it's still something I have to remind myself of every day. It's a work in progress. What I try to hold on to is that life is about the small moments we create, the ones that stay with us, even when things are not flawless. Today, I'm making scones that can be prepared ahead of time, which makes hosting so much easier. I learned this recipe from a wonderful fellow creator, and I'll add the link in the description so you can try it too. They're simple, comforting, and perfect for a cozy afternoon tea. When it comes to the tea itself, I like to keep things flexible. There are so many ideas about what a proper afternoon tea should include, but for me, it's about adding little touches that feel personal and joyful. The things I love, the flavors that remind me of home. That's why I like to add my own little twist. For me, scones are a must, and a tiered tray always makes the table feel a little more special. But beyond that, I want the table to reflect who I am. So, alongside the sweets and savories, I am including some of my favorite Brazilian treats, brigadeiro and pão de queijo. They remind me of home and they make the whole afternoon tea feel personal and fun. As I set the table with the first book we are going to read, I can't help but feel grateful for the coziest season, for this home, and for little beginnings like this. Even something as small as a book club for just the two of us feels special. Have you ever participated in a book club before? Since I'm just starting out, I would love to hear your suggestions and tips in the comments. I am so happy this moment with my dear friend has finally arrived. We had been planning this day for weeks, and after a few setbacks, we did not let the excitement fade. And I'm so glad we made it to today. Moments like this make it clear that it's never about being flawless. It's about the experience of being human, slowly enjoying the little things, letting time pass without rushing, and just being present. Have you ever had a day like that, where everything feels just right, even without being perfect? I hope you enjoyed spending this little fall day with me, and that it gave you a bit of inspiration for your own cozy moments. I cannot wait to see you again soon. Sending you all my love as always. Goodbye.